la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, la la la, ya la 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 la, la la la, ya la 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 la, la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la. Ya la 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 la. Good Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom lekolchem. It's wonderful to see you all. New-ish faces, new faces, old faces. How was your Passover Seder? Who had a lot of leftovers? Yeah, I see a few hands. Yeah. Yes. We had our Passover Seder was in Madison, Wisconsin this year, where my husband, sister, and family live. And there were 18 of us around the table, including an 8-year-old and a 13-year-old and a baby. And for the Magid section, instead of formally reading out of the Haggadah, we had the kids put on a play. And in order that they didn't have to fret and memorize lines in advance, we just kind of gave them their roles that day. And my son, Jonah, who's 27 years old and an old theater hand from his high school days, just kind of whispered in their ear and walked them through the scenes and gave them a lot of encouragement. Well, I made my 8-year-old nephew a fiery bush made out of fake leaves, yellow fabric, and little fairy lights that sort of bounced like that, right? So he could be God in the fire talking to Moses, saying, "Go to Pharaoh and say, let my people go." He was really into the costume until it came time for the hat, which was kind of a cap with a big thing around it and something so heavy coming out of the head that I hadn't realized it, but it was toppling over into his eyes. And after he tried this on and it wasn't working, he looked down and he said, "I don't want to be God in the bush." And so this took an hour of convincing on my son Jonah's part to sort of convince him, no, this really is the best role. And in the end, my son Jonah had to call in reinforcements in the form of my other nephew, also named Avi, from the other side of the family, whose sole job it was to stand behind my nephew, holding his hat up so that he could indeed recite his lines and see out under the cap. So it was a memorable Seder. So do any of you have good stories like that? Funny. Yeah, not that one. Yeah, I hope to hear some of those stories tonight. Maybe we can share them with each other after, before we leave tonight, you know. Those are so funny. Um, so tonight we enter into Shabbat, the first Shabbat of that 49-day period between Passover and Shavuot. And for each of those 49 days, we do something called counting the Omer. Now, thousands of years ago, when we were farmers, counting the Omer was a way of invoking God's blessing on the crops. Passover signaled the start of the barley, the harvest of the barley crop. But boy, 49 days from then, that's when wheat got to be harvested. And wheat makes so much better cakes than barley. We knew it even thousands of years ago. So Shavuot began, perhaps it had seeds of welcoming the harvest. And then as the rabbis began to work with it, they said, you know, there are other things that we harvest, even though we're no longer farmers, besides physical food. We can work on our souls. We can work on our spiritual practices that bring us into better alignment with the divine. And we can elevate ourselves spiritually so that by the time 49 days passes, we are ready to take in a spiritual harvest as well. So that's what we work on. And so tonight, we say goodbye to the third day of the Omer, which the mystics framed in this week of loving kindness. So today we were living inside the Tiferet Shebechesed, the beauty of loving kindness. And about an hour after this service ends, as the sun officially sets and we're ready to say the blessing over the next day of Omer, it's going to become the Gevura Shebechesed, the strength or tenacity that also undergirds bringing loving kindness into the world. So through these kinds of, through meditating on ideas like this, we work on our spiritual crop. Higalena, please, we pray. Adonai, reveal yourself to us by spreading the sukkah of your love over us. Higale, gale, gale, now. Ufros, chavivi, Allah. Etzu, waka, su, waka, shalom, me, ka. Gale, 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 now. Ufros, chavivi, Allah. Etzu, ka, su, ka, shalom, me, ka. Gale, 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 na, ufros, ufros, havivi, Allah, etzu, ah, zu, ah, shalom, me, ah. Esaenai Elohim Me'ayin Yavo Ezri Me'im Adonai Osei Shamayim Va'aretz Hine Hine lo yanum lo yishan shomer al Yisrael hine lo yanum lo yishan shomer Yisrael Esaenayel Eharim Me'ayin Yavo Ezri Me'im Adonai Osei Shamayim Va'aretz Hine lo yanu velo yishan shomer al Yisrael hine lo yanu velo yishan shomer Yisrael shomer Yisrael shomer Starting with the words in bold, Arba'im Shana. Arba'im Shana, Akut Bedo, Bayomaram Toe Levave. Arba'im Shana, Akut Bedo, Bayomaram Toe Levave. Behem lo yadu deracha. Behem lo yadu deracha. Arba'im shana akut bedo. Bayom aram toe levave. Arba'im shana akut bedo. Bayom aram toe levave. Behem lo yadu deracha. Behem lo yadu deracha. Behem lo yadu deracha. Behem lo yadu deracha. There's a way in which we are deeply and intimately connected to the natural world. Anytime you've ever taken a walk in a park or a wild place, there's a way in which we can breathe in with the leaves. And this has been a week of seeing all of the leaves emerge in their beauty. The flowers, the daffodils, tulips, etc., etc. Hearing all the birds rejoice in all the little baby birds in their nests. Psalm 96, its words are all about celebrating with nature, remembering that we are part of nature, just as nature is part of us. And so the words encourage us to see us as dancing with the trees and making music with the fields. Ya alo sadai bechol asher bo, ya alo sadai, ya la 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 la, ya alo sadai bechol asher bo, ya alo sadai, ya la 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 la. Az yiranenu kol hatzeyar. Az yiranenu kol hatzeyar. Az yiranenu kol hatzeyar. Az yiranenu kol hatzeyar. Ya alos sadai. Bechol asher bo ya alos sadai, ya la 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 la, ya alos sadai. Bechol asher bo ya alos sadai, ya la 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 la. Az yiranenu kol hatzeyar. Az Az Yiranenu Kolatseya. Az Yiranenu Kolatseya. Az Yiranenu Kolatseya. Ya alos Sadai. B'chol asher bo ya'alos Sadai. Ya la 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 ya'alos Sadai. B'chol asher bo ya'alos Sadai. Ya la 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 la. Az Yiranenu Kolatseya. Az Yiranenu Kolatseya. Az Yiranenu Kolatseya. Az Yiranenu Kolatseya. Ya Allah Sadai. B'chol asher bo ya'alos Sadai. Ya la 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 la, ya alos sadai. B'chol asher bo ya alos sadai. Ya la 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 la, ya Yiranenu Kolatzeyar. Az Yiranenu Kolatzeyar. Az Yiranenu Kolatzeyar. Az Yiranenu Kolatzeyar. Ya alos sadai. B'chol asher bo ya alos sadai. Ya la 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 la, ya alos sadai. B'chol asher bo ya alos sadai. Ya la 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 la. I call that a musical cliffhanger when it sort of ends, but it hasn't resolved, and you're wondering what comes next. Shir Ladonai, Shir Chadash. That's what comes next. We sing a song. We sing a song to the one of all being, to Adonai, however you understand that. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Ki niflaot asa. Hoshia lo yemino uzroa kedusha. Odia Adonai Shuato le'enei hagoyim gila tzidkato. Zachar chasto ve'emunato levei Yisrael. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash ki niflaot asa. Hoshia lo yemino uzroa kodesho. Aya odia Adonai Yeshuato l'nei hagoyim gila tzidkato. Zachar chasdo ve'emunato levei Yisrael. Yalai la 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 la, yalai la, yalai la 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 la. Yalai la 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 la, yalai la, yalai la 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 la, yalai la la la, yalai la la, yalai la 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 la. Ya la la ya la ya la la ya la 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 la. Pam 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 pam. Yam pam 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 pam. Hoshia lo yemino zroa kedusho. A special psalm also for Shabbat. Psalm 29. Adonai, lama yasha, vayeshev Adonai, melech leolam. Adonai, Adonai Yivareh Edamo Vashalom. Yalla la la la. Yalla la la. Yalla la. Yalla la 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 la. Yalla la la la. Adonai, Lamavu Yasha, Vayeshev Adonai, Melech Leolam. Adonai, Le'amo Yiteh. Adonai Yivareh Edamo Vashalom. Yalla la 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 la. Yalla la 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 la. Yalla la 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 la. Yalla la la la. La 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 la. Ya la la la. Ya la 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 la. Adonai, lama buya shai, vayeshev Adonai, melech leolam. Adonai, le'amo yiteh. Adonai Yivareh Edamo Vashalom. May Adonai grant strength to God's people. May God bless us all with shalom. We arrive at Ana B'Koach, which each word of which we only see a shortened version of it on our handouts here, but in total it contains 42 words. And each of those 42 words starts with a letter that, if put together, is understood to be one of the divine names. So as we prepare to say this prayer of the divine name, I like to get a little bit grounded by taking a moment for a little bit of contemplation, a little bit of deep breathing, a little bit of arriving fully. We've arrived with our voice, and maybe our neshama, our soul, has settled in a little comfortably. And now we're going to bring our breathing into the process. So I'd like to invite us to first have your feet settled squarely on the floor, a posture that tells ourselves that, or tells our bodies that our bodies are safe when our feet are flat on the floor. And taking a slow, deep breath, attending to how it feels in the belly to expand a little bit as that breath comes in. And when you're ready to exhale, see if you can exhale it even more slowly from the belly. Take a total of 2 or 3 slow, deep breaths this way, just attending to how it's feeling in the belly to slowly breathe in, slowly breathe out. See what it might be like to breathe in Shabbat and breathe out Shalom. Asking for help from God to untie the tangles and knots we get ourselves into so we can really soak in the rejuvenation available to us in Shabbat. Ana b'choa gedulat yamincha patir tzarura yai la 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 kabel rina amcha sagvenu Horeinu nora, yai la 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 la. Source of mercy, with loving strength, untie our tangles, yai la 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 la. Raise us up, oh hear our hearts' cries. Accept our heart's song. Ya la 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 la. Shavatenu kabel, ushmat zakatenu, yodea talumo. Ay 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 ay. Baruch Shem Kivod. Malchuto Leolam Boy. Ay, 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 ay. Lechato dilikrat kala yala la yala la yala la b'nei Shabbat. Nikabela Lichado dilikrat kala yalala 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 b'nei Shabbat Nikabela Shama Zachor b'diburecha Ishmianu El HaMeyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shem u'letiferet v'litchila l'chatodi likrat kala yalala 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 b'nei Shabbat nikabila l'chatodi likrat kala yalala 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 b'nei Shabbat nikabila Likrat Shabbat lechur v'necha Yehi mekor habracha Mirosh mikedem nisucha Sof ma'aseh b'machshavat techila Lichatodi likrat kala Yalala 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 B'nei Shabbat nikavila L'chatodi likakala, yalala, 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 b'nei Shabbat, nikabela. Hitoreri, kiva orech, kumi uri, shir daveri, kivod Adonai alayich nigla, lichatodi likakala, yalala, 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 b'nei Shabbat, nikabela. Lichatodi likakala, yalala, 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 b'nei Shabbat, nikabela. Boi v'shalom, ateret ba'alam, gam b'simcha u'v'tzola, toch emunei am segula. Boi v'shalom, boi v'shalom. Lichatodi likakala, yalala, 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 b'nei Shabbat, nikabela. Lichatodi likakala, yalala, 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 b'nei Shabbat, nikabela. Song of gratitude that it's finally Shabbat. Tov lehodot ladonai, ulizamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot ladonai, ulizamer l'shimcha elyon. Lehagid baboker chazdecha, ve'emunatcha balelot. Lehagid baboker chazdecha, ve'emunatcha balelot. Tov lehodot ladonai, ulizamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot ladonai, ulizamer l'shimcha elyon. Lehagid baboker chazdecha, ve'emunatcha balelot. Lehagid baboker chazdecha, ve'emunatcha balelot. Ya la 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 la, ya la la la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Please join me rising as you are able for the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidbaro mariv aravim. Take a moment and just connect with nature. That's the central meaning of this prayer. It's there to help us connect with a sense of awe that we get when we connect in some way with nature. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אתה, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגן יומם ולילה, יומם ולילה. ואהבתך לא תסור ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך וביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אמת. I'm just thinking about how we just reenacted the Hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim. We just walked through the water and arrived in a state of freedom just this past week, and that is truth, that we live in a state of choices. Mi chamocha. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, mi nora tehilot osefele, malchutecha ra'uvanecha בוקע לפני משה ומרים צאלי ענו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ילאי לי 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 ילאי לי 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 ילאי לי 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 ילאי לי לי ברוך אתה אדוני God Yisrael. This prayer of protection, Hashkivenu, only appears in the evening liturgy, not in the morning. It doesn't have an ancillary prayer in our morning prayers, as so many of the other prayers in our liturgy do. And I think that's because when the sun sets, when things grow dark in our lives, fears can multiply. And so there's this extra prayer that the rabbis inserted in their wisdom, giving us an opportunity to ask God specifically for protection so that we might lie down in peace and rise up to life. And I'm aware of our brethren in Israel who are not at peace tonight and who need our blessings for protection, as so many people need our prayers for protection. So I invite you to open your heart for a moment and allow to come in anyone in your prayer whom you'd like to invoke a prayer, a blessing of protection, peace, and life for. Ushmo tzeitenu, uvoenu, לחיים ולשלום, מעתה ועד עולם, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך. Ushmo Seitenu Uvoenu Lechaim Uleshalom Me'ata ve'ad olam Ufros Aleinu Sukkot Shilomecha Baruch Atah Adonai HaPorei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu ve'akol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, l'asar et ha-Shabbat l'toratam b'rit olam. B'nei u'v'nei Yisrael oti le'olam. Ki sheshet yamim asar Adonai et ha-shamayim v'ha'aretz. U'vayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinachash. Yikadav Yikadash Meraba Yamad Ivrach Rutev Yamlich Malchute B'chayechon V'yomechon U'chayedecho Beit Yisrael Ba'agala Vizman Kariv V'imru Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam U'yomei Almaya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yipar V'yitromam V'yinaseh V'yithadar V'yidalei V'yidhalal Shemei T'Kudisha La'ela Min Kol Bechata V'shirata Tush Bechata V'nechemata Da'amiran B'alma V'yimeru. We continue with the Amida. As you are able, I invite you to please rise. And I've offered 7 kavanot, 7 intentions to let you enter into each of the 7 components of the Amida as you wish. Or if you prefer, you can find the full Amida in the prayer book starting page 47. Yehiyu leratzon imrefi v'hegyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai. Suri. Begoali. Yehiyu. So. Imrefi. Imrefi. V'hegion libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri V'goali V'goali. We conclude this evening's prayer with the Aleinu, which means it's upon us to use our creativity and the gifts that we've been born with to really make the prayers of our heart available to others in the world through the work of our hands, through our choices, through how we walk in the world. That's really what the heart of the Aleinu prayer is all about. Please rise for this alternative version of the Aleinu. It is a call and response, an echo, at least for the first part of it. B'hashevota elivavecha ki Adonai hu haElohim b'hashevota elivavecha ki Adonai, ki Adonai, hu haElohim, hu Elohim, v'nema, v'haya Adonai, l'melech al kol haaretz. Bayomahu, Yeh Adonai Echad, Ushmo, 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 Echad. May be seated. The congregation is saying Kaddish this week for Shoshana Buckwalter, Sybil Mintz, Jeffrey Aronson, Mimi Sunshine Koresh, Evelyn Botkin, Sylvia Gordon, Isidore Fisher, Christine Reed, Harriet Sellen, Frederick Reingold, Kevin Schiff, Seymour Königsberg, Merle Goldman, Gwendolyn Shearer, Sally Abelson, Gilbert Starosta, William Freeman, Yuval Warshai, Barbara Altman, Judith Elkin, Marianne Sachs-Jacob, Alan Neil Weiss, Leah Axelrod, Helena Rabinovitz, Barbara George, Howard Rubenstein, Alan Silverman, Otto Weidlanger. This week is also the art site for Sydney Altman, Samuel Aveen, Susan Chapman, Paula Platt Dessau. Forgive me. Jack S. Fagan, Jay Feinerman, Aaron Feinerman, Jacob Foster, Melvin Gluckman, Robert Goldblatt, Robert Abraham Green, Mildred Kleiman, Pauline Kutzen, Claire Landau, Aubrey Lansky, Alvin P. Lipnick, Edith Miller, Oscar Miron, Robert Mortis, Anshel Mashkowicz, Bessie Rappaport, Ruben P. Rontal, Alfred Rosenberg, Peggy Rosenzweig, Tobe Barbin Rothaus, Esther Reiches, Marcus S. Simon, Samuel Simon, Leonard Samuel Snyder, Arthur Spector, Aaron Stern, and Beverly Weinman. If anyone here or at home is observing mourners, saying the mourner's Kaddish, I invite you to please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah. V'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agalal v'zman kariv v'imru. Yahei shmei rabbah mevorach leolam alamai amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitdaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudesha. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May their memories be for an ongoing blessing. I understand we have very few announcements tonight.
Thank you all for coming this Shabbat. It's so nice to see you. Hope you've been having a really lovely Pesach. To follow that up with, there are a few Pesach services you should know about. Monday morning is the 7th day, and so we'll have a Torah service starting at 9:30. You can come to that in person. Please do. Make a minion those days. If you're available, we need you. But you can also Zoom in if you can't make it. And then on Tuesday, April 30th, again at 9:30, we have the 8th day service, including gift cards. So if you need to come and say that, just so you know, that's when it's happening. Again, we'll be meeting in person. Please try to come if you're available. We love to have you. And then next Friday, we're going to have Rabbi Ora again. It's amazing, back to back. How lucky are we? So that service, of course, starts at the regular time of 6 p.m. But if you would like to come at 5:30 and learn the songs, Rabbi Ora always arrives at 5:30 and waits patiently for other people to come and sing with her. So come early. It'll be great. And then put this on your calendar, because on Sunday, May 19th, from 9:30 to 3:30, we'll be having our Red Cross blood drive. I believe it's here, like not in the sanctuary. That would be weird. I'm pretty sure it's in the social hall. There are time slots available. You can register on our website after Shabbat. And that's all I have. Are there community things that are not on my sheet? All right.
Okay.
Well, maybe
Thank you, Meg.
it'll be longer.
Please join me in welcoming those special Shabbos visitors who join us every Shabbos just to make this special day that much more special. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Mi Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon. Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon. Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Kadosh Baruch Hu Zeidchem L'Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon Malachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 oh 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 ya la ya la 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 ya la 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 yeah. Good Shabbos. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Shabbat shalom to those of you on Zoom.